YouTube, what is up? With all the Pokemon cards out there, there's so many to choose from. There's so much money where you can allocate to. You continually to ask yourself in the Pokemon hobby is, what cards do I buy now and what sets do I focus on? What PSA 10 cards do I focus on? But today, we're gonna talk about a couple cards that you can buy under $20 that I think is really undervalued. So let's get into it. I'm gonna stop talking and let's get into these cards.
Hey you, subscribe right now or else. If you don't subscribe, I'm coming for you.
Sword and Shield era. If I ask you what is the top chase card of Sword and Shield era, I don't know why it's this card because the population is like 6,000 plus. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why it's so expensive. It is a nice card, this Umbreon V Max. It's not my favorite card in Sword and Shield, but I'm not going to talk about that in today's video. We're going to talk about this Umbreon V. The reason I say this Umbreon V is because the Umbreon V Max is in one of the top sets in Sword and Shield era. The Umbreon V Max is the top chase card in Sword and Shield era. So I think 5 years down the road, people are gonna want cheaper alternatives. And I think this is the card that people are gonna want in their collection. Brilliant Stars is a great set in the future. If Brilliant Stars goes away, if Evolving Skies goes away, the Umbreon cards in these two sets, they're gonna go up a lot. I love this card. I talk about Depth of Field a lot because I'm a photographer, and if you wanna follow my IG, it's right here. But this card, it's a great artwork. It's nothing crazy, but I like the colors. I just love the vibe of this card. Knowing the Umbreons are so expensive in Sword and Shield, I think people are gonna want cheaper options, and this is a great option. Is it the easiest card to pull in Brilliant Stars? No, it's a trainer gallery and it's textured. Out of all trainer gallery cards, the ones with texture are hard to pull other than the cards that have no texture. So I think this is not the easiest card to pull, and it's a very nice card. It's Umbreon, and I think a lot of people are gonna want Umbreons in their collection down the road if Umbreon VMAX stays the top chase card in Sword and Shield. I'm a big Gengar fan. If you've been watching the channel, if you subscribe to the channel, which you should right now, you know I'm a big Umbreon fan. With Pokemon evolving and going on with new future cards that look better, they took away cards that have the yellow borders. I think that's an investing opportunity because if we look at, for example, this is a bad example, but I'm just gonna give you an example to just put some context behind on what I'm gonna say. If we look at these cards right here, these cards are rare and people sought after these cards and they go after these cards because of these borders. You cannot buy these cards with these borders anymore. I know Pokemon, out of all its histories, out of 25 years of history, it had a yellow border in English sets, but 5 years down the road, again, I like to think long term on my investments of Pokemon investments. This card is going to be very sought after because I wish it had texture. It would make it more rare, but it doesn't, but that's okay. I still think this is like a $5 card. Can this card go to $10, to $15, to $20? Yes, and here's why. Because it has yellow borders. It's going to be rare in the future if these borders never come back. 10 years, 5 years down the road, people are going to want vintage cards, right? And this card is going to be a vintage card. I think it's a really nice card. I think it's a Gengar card. I love this artwork. I have it in Japanese and English. I think it's a great card. I love the artwork. It has yellow borders. It's in a good set, Lost Origin. It's Gengar. And there's a lot of Gengar cards out there, and most of Gengar cards, they're expensive. And I think this is a card that's going to be at least $20. And if you can buy it for $5, you're 3xing your money. The reality of it, I think it will hit $20 or $25 or $15. So I think if you have a lot of copies of this card, you will make a lot of money. This is another card in Lost Origin that I just explained with the Gengar. Same thing. This Pikachu is phenomenal. I think the Pikachu from Cosmic Eclipse, I understand that this card was cheaper. It shot up in value with all the alternate arts from Sun and Moon era. I think the same thing is going to happen. I think alternate arts in Sword and Shield, they will go up. The good trainer gallery cards are going to go up. This is a great example in my opinion. Everyone loves Pikachu. Everyone loves Gengar. And I think these cards will be over $10, $20, $15 in my opinion. This is a hot take, okay? I wanted to add some hot takes, some conversational cards in this video, but this Golurk V, I did not like this card when I first seen this card, but now I have it because I'm master setting Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies, it has a lot of alternate arts in it. If you look at the Gold Stars, if you look at EX era cards, all of the lower tier cards did go up in value, but this is an alternate art. It is hard to pull in Sword and Shield, and it is hard to pull in Evolving Skies. I like the artwork in this card. There's a difference of seeing it on the screen like how you are now, and there's a difference in seeing it in hand. Is it my top chase card in Evolving Skies or Sword and Shield? No, but this is a card under $20, and I do think that it could go to $50 and plus. Again, I'm throwing numbers out there. I'm just speculating numbers, but I just think 5 years down the road with Evolving Skies getting more expensive and alternate arts are no longer in play, if that happens, it's going to be worth more on what it is right now. And if you have a lot of copies, again, I think you will make a lot of money because you always want to look for cheaper alternatives if you're on a budget monthly and buying Pokemon cards. This Mew V. There's a Mew V and there's a card that I'm trying to picture, and if I find it, I'll put it on screen. But this Mew V, it reminds me of this card. I love this card. I love the colors in this card. It's just a full art card, so it's nothing spectacular, but it's under $20 and I think it's a really, really nice card. Fusion Strike hit rates are horrible. I love that investing in a set. I've talked about that in many videos. Mew is a very popular Pokemon. I think this card has good colors. It would look good on display, like in this display back here, because it's very vibrant. It's cheap and it's a good card to buy if you're on a budget or if you just want to buy cheaper cards, because I do think that this card will be more expensive down the line. This is another hot take in today's video. I love this card. As soon as I seen it, I'm like, this is a pretty interesting card. I'm not a big Orbeetle fan, don't get me wrong, but I just love the artwork. He's kind of sucking everything up like the Gengar V Max, and I kind of like that. I do love that. I wonder if it's the same artist, because it kind of has similarities in the two cards. I do think this is a really, really nice card, not because of the Pokemon, but because of the artwork. I do like it. It's a trainer gallery card. It's textured, so it is kind of harder to pull than the Pikachu and Gengar, but I think this is a really, really nice card. I love the colors. I love the contrast. I don't think it's going to be the most expensive card in today's video 5 years down the road, just because Orbeetle doesn't have a strong fan base. It's not the most desirable card in today's video. So I want to know if you guys like this Orbeetle card, because I love this card. So let me know in the comments if you like this card or not. The Suicune V. This is just a little bit over $20, but I wanted to add this card in today's video because I do think Crown Zenith singles will continue to go down. I think this card has gotten beaten up so much that it will go under $20. This is one of my chases in Crown Zenith. I think this card is beautiful. One of the best cards in Sword and Shield. That is a hot take, I know, but I love this card. This card and the Leafeon and the Mewtwo is the best cards in Crown Zenith in my opinion. If you want to see me do a Crown Zenith video, let me know in the comments, I'll do it. I just wish this Suicune was in Evolving Skies and it was hard to pull and it was an alternate art, because this card would do crazy numbers. I love this card. I think it was harder to pull. It would be so clean to have in your collection. It would be so expensive to have in your collection. I think this is a very, very underrated card. Out of all the cards in today's video, I think this card is probably the best card. Urshifu V Max. There is so many Urshifu cards in Sword and Shield. Like in battle styles, there's like 6,000 of them. This Urshifu, I can't lie, it's pretty nice. I do like this card. I think I like this card better than the V Maxes and the Vs in battle styles. I think there's alternate arts. I like this card the best. I like the colors in this card. With the trainer gallery, I really love these trainer gallery cards. How there's like a trainer and a Pokemon and they're kind of in battle. I love that kind of artwork. I think this is a very clean card. I have to have this in my collection, and this is like a $7 card. $7. I could see this being a $20 card easy. Again, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but this card is beautiful and I just love this card. I love the artwork. For $7, it's like stealing money. I really think this card will do well. It's not the most popular Pokemon, but I think it will do well when Brilliant Stars is out of print run. Last card in today's video. I've talked about this card before. This card is getting slept on because the Pikachu V Max in Vivid Voltage and the Full Art. If you compare this Pikachu V from Brilliant and Vivid, which one is better? Let me know in the comments, because I think this Brilliant Stars one is way better. I like the colors. It kind of reminds me of Hidden Fates in a way. I think this is a very elegant card and a very clean card. The colors, I like the color palette in this card. Again, it's just a full art, but I like this more than the Vivid card. The one in Vivid Voltage is $20+. This is like $10. If you had to choose the Pikachus in Vivid and Brilliant, if they're the same price, I think more collectors will buy the Pikachu V. Keep that in mind, this card is only $10, and I think it can go to $20 very easily. So again, don't buy these cards on hype. Don't buy these cards because I'm a YouTuber. I'm no guru. I'm just a regular person on the side of the street just telling you what cards I like and I think that are undervalued. Could I be wrong? Yes. Could I be right? Yes. But I'm not trying to here hype the market. I only have 500 subscribers on YouTube, so I'm in no way I'm hyping the market. It's just my opinion on the cards that I like. I am interested in buying these cards, so if they go up in price, it's gonna hurt myself. So these cards I think are the best cards that you can buy under $20. So I want to know your opinion in the comments on how you liked today's video and what cards you liked and what cards you didn't like. So let me know in the comments, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.